Hey guys, what's up? It's Lizzie Jane, and we're back with another episode from the Regenerate series, live from Denver, Colorado. We went and set up for live podcasts at the largest house and techno festival in Denver, and it was super awesome to sit down with a handful of national and regional acts. I have CJ joining me today, hailing from Denver, Colorado. He has made a name for himself. He opened up main stage on day one. We have a special guest, aka DJ Susan, crashing the episode today. He has such an awesome energy to him. It's always really lovely to talk to someone who has made a name for themselves from the local level to the regional level, now touring nationally. And I'm really excited for his future. Let's tap in. Definitely go and check out his music. He is just one of a kind. It was such a lovely conversation. And then to have DJ Susan come in halfway through, he's got some crazy stuff on the way. So let's hop into it. And this is the Lizzie Jane podcast with special guests CJ and DJ Susan. Well, CJ, cheers to your Regenerate performance. Thanks for joining me today for a little chat.
Thanks for having me.
You just got off stage. How was Regenerate? This is your hometown.
Yeah, it was great. Being on the main stage in the hometown is sick. It's loud as absolute fuck. The speakers are ripping. I mean, it's one of those things going first. You got to create the energy, which is interesting.
Always.
Like, I started with the Spark, the Irish Kids, the DMB song, and then I just pretended it was a technical difficulty, like reverb down. I was like, who played that? But how else to get people going?
Honestly, it's very cool because I live like definitely more in the bass lane and you're obviously in the house lane.
Totally.
But D&B hits that sweet spot that you can go from 150 to 170 or 120 to 170 real fucking quick. And like the breaks, the UKG stuff that's on the rise, it's so cool. Do you like fuck with any of that stuff?
I love all of it. And that's the hardest part of being a DJ, that you like are trying to make a sound and like keep it in a spot, in a like pocket, and then it's like you get up there and you're like, I want to play a little bit of fucking everything that I love.
Yes.
And that's like always the dilemma, I think. And that's
about
like
the journey.
Totally. But that for me today was like, I had a shorter set than usual. So it was like, how much unreleased bangers can I get in without this feeling like a rush?
So let's talk about the new music.
Yes.
You just released a new record, Stepping Out.
Yes.
That was on Hood Politics.
Couple weeks ago.
Let's talk about that record in general. How did it come to be? What was the motivation, the inspiration for it? Talk to me about it.
So me and my boy Prappa. So I met Prappa through, he's a Chicago homie, great producer, and met him through some of the Hood Politics homies. And I sent him a Diddy flip last night.
Oh, okay.
So I made that whole track. And then right when that was happening, the Diddy allegations started. And also,
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That low-key was such a big thing, and then it just, like, disappeared.
Yeah, like, no one's talking about it this second, but that came up, and we're like, maybe not. And then Luffy made that track that was, like, Beatport Top 10 last night, right after we were like, all right, this track's good enough. Let's, like, make it an original. Like, let's not make it an edit. And so I sent him this idea. He took it, made this fat fucking bass line with some piano stabs, like a classic house feel with, like, almost a more minimal pausa baseline feel. And then after that, we just sat on a Zoom and went through this samplet.io. I don't know if you're hip.
Okay,
so there's like, it just shows you random samples on YouTube with like X amount of, like, you can put a bunch of parameters on it. So honestly, producer hack, samplet.io. It's the move. You can search a bunch of stuff. And we just heard one that we're like, that's it. We went with it, and then now it's been popping off, like 15K streams, first couple weeks, no budget, just vibes behind it, real people.
That's what real music is about. Like throw the budget out the window, throw all the BS out the window, like just let the music speak for itself. And especially like when you're a growing act, it's just so important to see like what your fan base is vibing with and what people are really fucking with. And that's so cool to see that it's like really like taking up streams, because then you know it's a good fucking record.
Totally. I'm over the bot world we live in. Like everyone's trying to make it look like something versus
viral thing and this and that.
It's exhausting.
Yep.
And it's like, I know what I like and I know what I'm trying to portray. And it's like, if I just stick with that and stay away from the bots, I believe it'll all work out, man. But that's just like, I don't know.
I love
being
it.
Positive, I guess, because it is kind of, there's a lot of jaded homies in this scene.
Sure.
I think like the more successful people I see getting jaded, but then I see successful people not jaded and realize you can do it. So it's just hanging. If you stay stoked, other people will be stoked. That's kind of the energy.
I love that mentality because so many people get like beaten down. They get like so beaten down. And I get it. Like in this industry, you get told no so many times. You fail way more times than you succeed. And through that, you have to look at it as like a glass half full versus glass half empty mentality. That is the only way to go.
I went last weekend. I played 3 shows in California. So I had 2 in LA, both afters, and 1 in San Diego with Space Yacht. And
fuck yeah, I love the Space Yacht guys.
They're homies, great dudes, brought out my boys. Like, it was a great time. But the 2 LA shows, I was like, there's no way they both go well. Like, if playing a bunch of shows in a row, one of them's going to be shitty. So when the first 2 went well, I like strapped in for Sunday to be ass. I was like, this is going to suck. And then it was great. And then I was like, yo, the low expectations ended up making me be happy and present and appreciative through all 3 shows. But like, it's not like, you feel only as good as your last show, but realistically, if you just remember that one good one, that's really your best. Like,
that's really your best.
That's trying to remember those. It's like after I've headlined a bunch in Denver and trying to build something for the people that have been following me where it feels new and special. Like, that's always a challenge to me that I throw these CJ and Friends shows. And like, how do I make people care as much as I care? And how do I make it feel better than the last? And we're always trying to...
It's all about the community. It's forever about the community. The community is what wins. Like the numbers, you can buy so many things nowadays that isn't real and genuine. But if you build your community and you like have this transparency with them and like the fourth wall broken down and you really just like give a fuck.
Totally.
It usually is reciprocated back to you. It's just, you just have to be patient and like believe in the journey and believe in the vision and keep going.
I'm really confident with how the real life feels right now. Like every set I'm playing, like everywhere I'm at, like you could play in front of, like I played Red Rocks last year, played in front of like 5,000 people and got like 4 Instagram followers. But then you post like a viral reel and you get 1,000. And it's like,
crazy how that works.
What the fuck? Like, I just crushed Red Rocks and you get 4 followers, but that's just the world we live in. So it's like, I think if you just keep making sure the real life feels good, everything else kind of comes. And I think a lot of people try to skip that step, just try to make it look cool online. And then when they get the limelight, they're kind of like stressing. So it's like natural progression.
It's natural progression. I love that. Dude, I love your mentality. Your energy is just like fucking great. And maybe I need to sit down with house DJs more.
Honestly, I don't know if they're all wired like me, but I think, I don't know, I like had a corporate job before COVID. I knew what my life was going to be. COVID gave me time to like only focus on production. I was laid off. All my 3 roommates worked from home. I was selling mushroom chocolates at the time, so I really dove in.
Yeah.
And then like took the Republic Bars 6-week class, took another master class for 6 weeks. Came out of COVID with an EP that was like label ready and been like running ever since. And that's like,
cheers to you.
I mean, it changed my whole life. Like totally, like now I've quit my job like a year and a half ago, barely skating by, but
that's the move though.
The dream.
You're all in. You're all in.
Backup plan.
That is, I've gone back and forth throughout like my journey of being all in and then having something that gives me a little bit more financial stability. But even when I have that jump in finances, it all goes back into the project.
Well, and then it
all goes back.
And then when you lose time, you feel anxious because you're like, I don't have time
thing
to put into my project. So like, if I get too into this side hustle, it's taking that much energy out of what you actually want to be
especially
doing.
When you're learning and you're like really trying to obtain knowledge. I think when you first like jump in the production bout, you're like having so many light bulb moments where it goes, this is automation and this is post-processing and Serum and Omnisphere and Massive and all this dope shit. Yeah. And then once that settles, I feel like you kind of have this balance where you either get it or you don't. And then you start to make more subtle breakthroughs when you're like developing your sound. If you were to give your sound like a phrase or a statement, what would you say like the CJ project is about?
Funky, party, tech house grooves.
Sick.
So like I like bass lines first, but I like it in the form of tech house. So like some producers I love are like the Sponges, who are my good friends.
Love the Sponges.
So working on some shit with them, which I'm excited about.
Ooh,
and then I would say Sosa, like from UK, like he does a lot of funky shit I love. And then Kyle Watson's like one of the OG like motivators. And then DJ Susan and Hood Politics like kind of ties it together with like the fun party energy that I enjoy. Like, I don't necessarily like rooms that people are doing a bunch of ketamine and sitting still. I prefer us to be up and partying, and
Yeah.
that's like kind of my vibe. Like
Sick.
I'm like
No,
I'm
I
the
love
most sober I've ever been, based
Okay.
off of like
Love
enjoying what I'm doing.
Well, you want to love what you do. I live for the music too. There's so many
Exactly.
things that you can get distracted in. But I know that your TM is here today, isn't
Yeah.
he? I think your tour manager is gonna join us today.
Yeah, we should bring in my TM. He's like been doing a great job of making sure all my shit's covered.
You know, like covering the bases, like making sure you get to the airport the next
Joints,
day.
joints, yes,
Joints,
roll.
lots of joints.
All
The
right.
TM,
This is my TM.
it's Mr. Doodle.
We got TM Susan.
I'm
TM
not.
Susan.
I've dedicated my life to building CJ's career, being there for him in every possible scenario. So no, I'm not a DJ anymore. I'm CJ's TM. This is my bread and butter right here. This kid's the future.
Honestly,
This
great
kid-
business decision. You
Great
crushed
business
it.
They say
decision.
the rest is still unwritten, but it's written. It's the legacy.
We're
This
bringing
kid's
Natasha
leg-
in this. We're bringing
This kid,
Natasha
I'm
in
bringing
this.
Natasha in this. This kid's legacy is palpable. It's on. I'm so proud
Time
of him,
out.
and I couldn't be any more proud
I
to
made
be.
a Natasha Bedingfield remix, and I thought no one would like it. I sent it to Big Sue, and he goes, "This is so hard. Hood Politics, free download immediately." Oh, it was a top track on Hood Politics SoundCloud for like 2 years. Natasha
We're Poly for life, baby.
He told me that he was, because you guys are both playing Temple tonight in
Yep,
Denver.
father and son show. Yep.
Father
Father and son. TM.
Father and son
Super
show.
Father and son show. This
We
is my
love that.
this is my protege. He takes my advice. He makes me proud, and he's worthy of the father and son.
Honestly, if you're an up and coming artist, find yourself a DJ Susan, someone you talk on the phone with an hour a day, someone that hypes you up when you need it, puts you on shows in their city, and then bring them to your city and make sure
Oh,
they get
sweet.
paid their full rate. Like that's
You
like
haven't
what
made-
boys do for each other.
You haven't made.
Yeah, I
appreciate.
Yo,
Gratitude.
I need a DJ Susan, so holler at me.
You got DJ Snake.
I know. Oh yeah, let's go.
You got
know,
DJ
like-
Snake.
DJ Snake's my
DJ
big
Snake
bro.
is DJ Susan's
Official.
DJ
sponsor.
Snake is my big
Official
bro.
remix coming
Official
soon.
big bro.
Ooh, that's big.
You heard it here first.
Is it too early to talk about?
You heard it here first. I mean,
Oh.
once this comes out, it'll be out. I think so.
Yeah.
This is so exciting.
Yeah, big
My
shit.
boys
popping,
are
baby.
succeeding, and it's great to like sit there and be like, yo, in 2 years that'll
That's
be
it.
me. But like just keep doing it legitimately and having your own sound type vibe.
There's a mentality that I know we three have very much so experienced where everybody can't win, and I think that's BS.
Everybody.
Everybody
Everybody
can win.
is gonna.
You brought it up earlier. Community
going.
is so important, and that's what this man like. Not just when the cameras are on, but when we go to his local taco spot and he runs in the kitchen and picks up the little Hispanic lady and he's spinning with her in the kitchen, and the guy's like, "Yo, I used to hit on his fiance,"
And I'm
we're
like,
"Yo, what?"
hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
and it's
go.
just like you
Yeah,
see
love,
the
yeah,
real
love.
life vibes and like the Starbucks people giving them free drinks because they know them, and when you
Called-
see it's not just like an act, but it's a
It's a
energy.
genuine person. You see through that. If people are putting on an act, they can only do it for so long.
real,
I-
recognize real
Yeah.
They can
always.
only-
But no matter what, we always give them so much love.
Yeah.
I don't.
Love
I call them
messages.
out. I hate the people that I think are fake.
I fucking
I just
I won't drop names, but there's one I really want to.
okay, calm down.
You're like, son, don't get in trouble.
Son, calm
don't
down.
get in trouble
This is
today.
like-
I've
my
just
dad.
changed my Instagram bio to the Tech House Ted Lasso, so I'm standing for those rules. I'm standing for the Lasso way, and I'm only spreading love.
Damn, you
Times
are the
10.
Technos. And I'm
My
Technos Jim
heart
Carrey.
is just like Ted Lasso.
How
Dude,
good of a so life-changing show. that's why-
I
life-changing
watched
show.
it like
That's
20
what me and my client CJ and my record label Hood Politics are out to do. We're here to change the game with love and shape the industry and the people in it by making them the best versions of themselves.
And artists
Can
are
we have
al-
more of you?
honestly,
Can we have more of
I'm
you,
here.
please?
CJ, get the fuck out of my interview.
our
bro.
artists are always looking for like advice. Be genuine. Show up to support your friends, and they'll invite. He invited me on the EDC cruise as his tour manager, just like he's TMing me today.
Yeah.
But I just
Love
brought a
that.
bunch of weed, and we smoked joints with Sarah Landry,
yeah.
Wookie, Valentino Khan in our room all weekend.
We were the most.
And
We were the most.
reason he
popular.
brought me, I'm never
We
gonna
were the
try to
most popular.
plug in. I'm there to support your success. And, like,
And
be
what did
happy
we?
for
And
the
what did
whole-
we do the entire EDC?
No one had more fun than us.
And where were we for everyone's sake?
Front row, the entire.
We were
time.
front, and this is something I will boast on because I'm so proud, and it's so what I stand for. Me and CJ were front row for every single homie set, going harder than anyone else in the crowd. And everyone that's on stage, all the artists and DJs that are on stage are looking at us, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And we're like this.
Like, get up here.
And
We're
we're,
like,
yeah,
no, there's no subs up there.
Even like, "Yo, Sue, CJ, hop on the decks with Family B2B." And we're like this. Oh no, front row for life, baby.
Then at one point we look back back, and Sid and Shiba-san are eating cheeseburgers right behind us.
Yeah, everyone started to join
And
us.
it was like that contagious energy.
You set the mood.
Yeah,
it takes
exactly.
one person for it to be like, you don't have to be part of
Ted
this.
Lasso. Ted Lasso.
Energy's
Greatest
contagious.
show, greatest man. I love him, and I'm going to honor that. So
Energy's contagious, and if we start it, everyone follows in the most least like manipulative way, but the most like I just want everyone to have as much fun as we're having in this wholesome way. And it's like if we go and have that fun, people join, and that's like what
we don't want anything from anyone except their energy and
hugs, maybe some hugs
and mad hugs. Yeah.
No.
Well, they're not. No one's getting away without getting a hug from us. That's
not
if
it.
it's late in the night, it might be stinky, sweaty hugs.
That's okay.
No, that's mostly always. But that's where the passion comes from.
That's where the passion comes
It's the
from.
love.
It's the love. Damn, I love you guys.
I know.
We're friends now.
She didn't even have to ask
family.
any questions. We just started talking.
We don't.
You made my job so easy.
We're Susan and CJ. We don't shut the fuck up.
Our calls are just us yelling over each other on the phone for an hour.
Yeah, quick little life tip, as Ted Lasso would. Find a friend that you can call when you're driving. Oh, those phone calls are important.
How the fuck we doing?
And just not even
morning?
talking about anything, but just being there.
Just bullshitting.
Luigi Carlos, how's it hanging?
Yeah, new name every time we answer.
Well, that's good.
Those phone calls are important. Hang on to those friends that call you and you call them.
Those
More phone
phone calls
calls.
are
Hug your
important.
homies and make more phone calls.
Yep. Also, Hood Poly changing the fucking world and changing the fabric of the entire industry.
So let's talk about it. Talk about it. Talk to me about
So Sue
the label.
started this record label when he was like,
No,
10 years ago?
pause. I'll make this as short as possible. I had the appeal to become a DJ and an artist because I saw so many people before me have this platform and not use their voice or use that energy.
There's so much influence.
To inspire or influence in a positive way. Swear to God. I saw all the celebs everywhere from fucking Beyonce to whatever. DJs weren't even a thing. So I said, I want to get passionate about art in a way where I have a platform where I can inspire and I can be there for people and bring the industry up. We rise together is my motto. Together we rise. And started a label and said, I want to bring out the best of everybody in there. I want to be the door that's open when doors close. I want to be that word of encouragement when people are feeling down. I want to be that person that unifies the industry and embraces inclusivity and hates on exclusivity because that's ruining everything.
It's ruining everything.
he's released so
on
many
every
artists.
side. The
And I
genres
put
don't
on
matter.
so many legends on my label.
He's released so many artists, like John
all
Summit released on Hood Politics twice, early stages. Like he got CJ on the early stages.
Yep.
Obviously, he's got all the legends, but like he just has a connection with the tech house scene because he's always like you can meet him at a show and he's exactly what you hoped he was off social media. And so my roommate manager,
We love that. We
was the
love
person
that.
that booked him in Denver, and when I was opening the show, I met all the Hood Poly boys, and then I was like, yo, I'm throwing a headline show. Let me pay you to come do it. And we just became slowly best friends through him being like, yo, I earned his respect through what I was throwing in Denver and what he was doing in San Diego and across the country. Then now he's played Space, Brooklyn Mirage. Like, he's played everything.
It's not about me. It's about Hood Poly, baby.
No, but like just seeing like you can do it through the authentic way is
You
the
can.
ultimate
It's just the road
inspiration.
less traveled. It is the road less traveled.
We're building a family of amazing people that support each other harder than they support themselves, and it's so beautiful to see.
Well, you rise together because then one person helps somebody else with something, and one person helps somebody else with something, and it's a domino fall.
Exactly. When you come to a Hood Poly show, you're going to know you're there because you're going to be like,
Oh my God, I need
these
to
are
come.
the coolest, nicest, sweetest motherfuckers I've ever met in my entire life.
Just a bunch of goofballs.
But I will advise you're not going to be able to get a good seat at the Hood Poly show ever because it's so packed with all the DJs front row. Every DJ's front row on the label. Everyone playing is all front row.
I will say, though,
It's the
it
best.
then becomes up to you because it's like as much as you'll put in, he'll support you back. Like people that see other people working, making content, making music, putting shit out there, trying, not just waiting for someone to come grab their hand and pull them into it, the shit, but do it yourself. And then the whole world sees you trying and they're willing to help out.
Yep.
Until that moment, like there's so many people that are making sick music. There's so many sick DJs
There's
out there.
so many good producers
But they're
out
just
there.
afraid to take that step themselves. Like you can't wait till Chris Lake just says yes.
No
you're on
one's going to
Black
knock
Book.
on the door for you,
No,
unfortunately.
no one's gonna say here you go. But
Well,
if
maybe,
you keep grinding,
maybe.
maybe you.
No, Sue will say,
But
here
you're
you go.
1 in a million.
Maybe.
Here's $100.
Maybe you.
Maybe. But no, we're all about just being the change,
Now tell us about you. When do you play next? What's your next show?
So I'm doing Global Dance this year, so that'll be my
Nice.
next time in Denver.
Let's
and then
go.
we've got another headline queued up for the end of the year, which will
Where
be
at?
super exciting. So I'll be at Bluebird.
Let's go.
Awesome.
Bluebird's sick. I
We
just played
did.
there 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
They made the table way
fucking
too short. I
sick.
hurt my back. Make sure you get a proper size DJ.
We're
table.
doing a live set for that. So
Sick.
this will be like one of my, we're starting to do these live hybrid sets where
What do
you're
you
singing.
play?
So I make melodic bass and drum and bass, but I sing over everything. So
sick.
yeah, so
More
it's
talented than us.
Definitely.
No,
Definitely.
no.
I mean, bro, we knew this one the second we fucking sat down.
We're like, yo, I can make Natasha Bedingfield slap. What can you do?
You know what though? I've been avoiding the bootleg remix era for a long time, and I just started to do it, and I haven't done it in a long time, and it's so fun.
Dave, they're
So-
called originals now. They're
Yeah,
not
have
called
you seen
bootleg.
the Beatport
Are they
top
They're
10?
called originals.
Have you
Oh,
seen
no.
the Beatport
Oh,
top
no.
10? They're
Oh, no.
all flips.
Oh, no. Flips are now original. Bootlegs are originals.
I think you just do it until you get in trouble for it. I
No,
guess.
there's no trouble. It's literally, it's encouraged. I swear. It is original.
You're killing me.
Listen
go
to
look at the
Fisher.
top 10. Go look at the top 10.
I
Jennifer
know.
Lopez.
Every
How do you
single
guys feel
track
about that? Because I have a stigma towards it because it's
I think if I had a track with J-Lo, I would be fucking. I would retire.
because we're in this era where everybody does the remixes and they do this bits of nostalgia and they bring back the old shit. But then is that creating the same fan base as original music?
I think it's an interesting dynamic because it's I could make great original music with the following I have now and 2,000 people will hear it. So it's a balance where it's if you can make something that a bunch of DJs are going to throw in their club set
Yeah.
on top of having things that you're making that are authentically you and mixing those together. Sue's a great example.
Here's my 2 cents. I'm going to come real quick. If you're a new artist and you're looking to get discovered and looking to gain new fans and new
Yeah.
listeners, there's nothing that's going to put you on the map harder than remixes and edits, right? The appeal from just the original song and having a remix of that on SoundCloud and all that stuff, people love that shit. And the more you get reposted and the more your music's traveling around SoundCloud and gaining all these plays, it's not going to be the same for original music because people will support. I mean, now more than ever, the game is so unbelievably shallow, but people will resonate with things that they're familiar with first, right?
I know.
So if I put out an original,
because I'm a big original
if
rapper
it's
girly.
DJ
Like-
Susan track name or whatever, or Snoop Dogg, nothing but a G-Thank DJ Susan remix, people are gonna flock to that remix because it's familiar and they know it. But I think it's important to work on your original music, of course, always be putting that out. But I think in the beginning stages, and especially just
It's the best
trying
way.
to DJs are, and especially if you're a support by the DJs, they're gonna play 9 out of 10 times a remix over an original.
100%.
I think
Original
also,
music is it's sacred, and I feel like it's having a bit of a renaissance right now. But
It's like
I
the
feel
SoundCloud era.
once
It's
you get
TikTok.
SoundCloud era, and shit is popping. But
Yep.
originals are gonna come frequently, but rarely.
But even
Go-
for us,
go the fuck
how
up
we
in the
produce, you sing on your shit and you're doing it, we
It's
don't
so
use our
different
own
than sample
voice.
manipulation
So,
and working with vocalists.
Yeah, totally. But even if I work with a vocalist and sit next to her, it doesn't feel, and I write every word because I'm not singing it, it doesn't feel that much more original than a flip anyways.
No.
I'm making 100% of the beat 100% of the time. So it all feels like I'm doing kind of the same thing. So it's
yeah.
doesn't feel I can say I have a track that I'm on an upcoming EP where I'm working with a disco singer and it's tight and I
Sick.
love it. But it doesn't feel any different than grabbing the disco track and flipping it, So
That's so sick.
from my perspective, it's just what you enjoy making. It's not
You
that
have to do what you
serious.
enjoy making. I think
Yeah.
that's what it is too. Because if you force yourself, you're gonna hate it.
Right.
You're gonna hate it. You're gonna spend so much time on it. I mean, I always say if we were in a different industry, in a different lane, we would all be millionaires because
Totally.
of how much we work and how often we work. But we love it. We do it as a job.
That's why I gave up that shit because I realized I could be comfortable, but comfort is not what we want.
No, you have one
Greatness.
fucking life.
Yeah, we want to
Yeah,
do what
one
we
life.
love.
One live, one love, baby.
Yep. All right, let me do a speed round with you guys before I let you go.
Oh
Hell yeah.
shit!
All right. Speed round, Red Bull, Regenerate Fest. Let's go. If you could back to back with any DJ, doesn't matter what genre, tell me who it is. We'll do CJ and then we'll do DJ
DJ
Susan.
Susan.
I was gonna say you.
Rip it.
Let's go. Tonight?
Yeah,
All right.
at
Tonight, Temple?
Let's go. Temple tonight.
Look at
Done.
that. That's a live clip
Yeah,
drop
yeah.
right there. That's a live clip drop
Another
right
one
there.
that's not next to us. I would say Kyle Watson, because I just fuck with his energy. He's such a sweetie. I've opened for him. Love to beat a beer with him. We'd rip it.
Love it.
How about you?
I'd probably say Salvatore Giannacchi.
That energy, the two of you, would be fucking wild.
That dude's a fucking legend. And I appreciate
Legend.
the performance art of DJing so much.
Yeah.
It's a
So much.
So
Or no, fuck that. No, that's good.
That's
all
it.
right,
Okay.
who's yours? A speed round back. You put us on the spot, we'll put you on the
Oh,
spot.
fuckers. All right.
Yeah, no one's safe from this one.
I would say
Yeah, it was hard for us to decide too.
any genre.
Yeah, we decided. Why don't you?
Man, if I could do any genre, I would probably do Nina Archives, or she's like a jungle D&B.
Hell
girl.
yeah.
And then if I could
That's
do
hilarious.
this type of music, I would choose Leighton or Sarah because I'm huge fans of both.
Sarah
of them.
Landry.
Yep.
Legends.
And that would be fucking sick.
Legends.
And then in my lane, I would do Maddie.
Oh,
Maddie
I
on?
love Maddie on.
Yep.
Oh,
I think that would be a fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Maddie On's
Sick.
nuts.
All right. So, are you guys a fan of the fan clappers, or do you need them to go?
Fans should be used to cool yourself off, not to do anything with the beat. Because I always think that my claps are out of key, and then I look up and it's just some homie in the front. I'm like, yo, where are those claps coming from?
No,
And it's
beating the
just-
shit out of that thing.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, give it a. Is he good? Is the fan okay?
Yeah, we're
What's
worried
your
about.
thoughts?
I'm worried about the fans.
Yeah, like, can the fans
Fan
survive?
clappers,
how
fan
hard you're
clappers.
backing it?
It's cute for a second or two, but then it starts to fuck up because I'm like, oh shit, is my track
Right.
fucked?
You're like, am I off beat? No,
They're
it's just
too-
that homie. in
They're
the front.
too quantized on it. It sounds.
It does sound weird. If you could have an option to use the GA bathrooms at any festival or run 5 miles, what would you do?
Baby,
I poop in porta
The amount-
potties all the time.
the amount of time I've seen God in those fucking bathrooms.
That's actually my safe space, and I haven't run 5 miles in 10
No.
years, so I'm pooping in
That
the
is
GA,
not my safe space.
GA bathrooms.
That is a scary place
That's when
where
you
you look
realize
at
you're on
yourself.
acid.
That is where you look at yourself in the fucking mirror.
And you go, no, there's no mirror in porta potties. That's when you look at the wall and
It
it
is
starts
so-
moving.
And
No, that
And
is
you're like,
that's
we're
when
lost.
that switch gets blizzard right when you go in there and you're like, oh my god, where am I? And those vibrations from the wall.
And you're
oh,
like,
nothing
wait, dubstep over there.
Yo, that was the original. The Sphere was tripping in a porta potty.
When I was in EDC for Vegas, the Grateful Dead show and EDC
You saw
Vegas
that.
was going on at the same
Did you go
fucking
to Sphere?
time. No,
Were you
I
in
had
the
a
porta
dinner that
potty?
was close to Sphere, and then everything let out. I went to a Dead and Company show here in Boulder, and it was
Sick.
Sick.
you feel like you
So
sit
you were in the
middle of
porta
tents.
potty.
Oh.
In the sphere.
Oh,
porta
yeah.
potty.
I felt like when I got dropped off in that Uber, I stepped into a different fucking dimension.
Wow,
Log us in on that.
lucky you.
Yeah.
Lucky
We're big
you.
jam band guys. That's like,
Lucky you.
people think we're just house guys, but we're both big, like, classic rock jam band energy. Like,
Huh.
we're
Oh yeah,
like,
we
go-
pop classic rock all day long.
I'm class. I was literally listening to 80s on 8 on Sirius
Yeah.
XM, like just the other day.
Everything's time
Duran
and place.
Duran, Journey, like
I love our collective ADD. This is so good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shit. Rabbit questions, right?
Rapid question. Rapid
No, we're good. We're good. That was good. Rapid question. CJ, DJ, Susan, thank you guys for joining
Yeah,
us.
let's
Very
go.
nice,
Thanks for
bro.
having us. Shout out to
Yeah,
the
let's
band.
cheers.
You're
Let's
the
fucking
best.
Shout out to my boy.
Yo.
Woo, we're
Shout out
good.
to my boy.
All right.
Shout out
Let's
to my
go.
TM.
Bye, guys.